You're listening to NPC Matchmaker, a Dog Days of Podcasting project, presented by Resonant Moon Audio. For more information about the Dog Days of Podcasting, or to find the master feed, go to dogdaysofpodcasting.com. For more information about Resonant Moon, go to resonantmoon.com. And now, on with the show. Hello, come in. Get out of the heat. Alrighty, so you must be my 2 o'clock, yes? Fantastic. Okay, so looking at your intake form here, you have a horror setting and you're looking for an NPC to build a mystery around. I have a few candidates, but I really think you're going to like Belov. So Belov is an awakened flesh golem. So think a flesh golem. It's got 4 arms and everything, mostly comprised of male parts. But he's conscious. He's aware. He has flashbacks to his old life. It's a little nice and a little sad. So he's innately a very decent person. But because of how recently he was awakened, his consciousness is very childlike, very innocent. Now, he did try going out in the sun initially, but people were like, ah, monster. And so he essentially started only coming out at night. His home, I guess, is this abandoned warehouse over on the docks. And so when he's there and at night, he can hear screaming, but it's not directed at him. So he goes to find out what's wrong to go help, whether that's saving somebody who's been pushed off the pier or punching out somebody who is threatening somebody on the pier. That's kind of the moral compass that he follows. Very unsettling to look at, but such a sweetheart. And here's the mystery. There are schematics that were submitted when he was entered into the system. And it looks like on those schematics, whoever was creating him named him Beloved. But he's only able to really say Belov. So there's that. Oh, I can see the gears turning in your head. Yeah? All right. Well, here is where to find Belov, and I hope that you and your party have fun unraveling his mystery. All right. Take care. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out and for all of your feedback. So apparently you all liked the behind the scenes of how the character was created. So here's how Belov was created. So I liked the thought of a monstrous horror being a decent person underneath. It reminded me a bit of Frankenstein and Frankenfurter. So with Frankenstein, you know, his second creation was to try to bring back his beloved. I can't remember her name to save my life. And so she had some memories of who she was, but couldn't remember how to speak, couldn't remember how to exist. And in Frankenstein, the one with Robert De Niro, he has this line, and it's probably a line from the book about how these hands have different memories. And I really liked that. But I also thought about, well, who would create him? Who would create Belov? And the name Belov came from, well, clearly somebody who loved him, but wanted to either bring him back to life or make him better or something. So on the schematics, the creator would write beloved. And Belov only having rudimentary speech skills because he's having to relearn how to exist could probably only say 2 syllables. So Belov sounds like it would work. even though the V sound is very difficult. I do want to thank Roy for submitting this character. I couldn't work it into the actual character part for some reason, so I'm doing that now. So thank you, Roy, so much. I do have 2 other character submissions, and I will definitely get those out over time. I also want to thank everybody for their advice and feedback. What I've done is, my brain is so weird. Sometimes it's just I have to flip a switch. Like, I don't want to say it's like the just do it thing, because there's a lot of internal hemming and hawing that happens. But once I'm able to flip the switch, I don't remember if it was Nutty who said it or Mark or what have you, but I just remembered I'm not getting paid for this. And I'm I'm supposed to be doing this for fun. I'm doing this to get the characters that are in my head out of my head and as a service to others. But it's not life-changing. So I'm just not checking the analytics. And when I tell you I got to sleep for 6 solid hours in a row, that was huge to me. So here's hoping that I can continue this trend and go from there, because this is really fun. And I do like imagining where these characters that I create will end up. Would love to hear back from you all. That's all from me at the moment. So we're going to go ahead and head on over to the outro. Thanks for listening to NPC Matchmaker, a podcast project for the Dog Days of Podcasting. This episode was written, recorded, and produced by Nix Spencer of Resonant Moon Audio. Check out the links in the show notes for character cards, the Dog Days of Podcasting mega feed, and the form to submit your own NPC to be matched. See you next time, gamers!